Hi everybody, welcome back to the VGC Casters Cup. I'm David Partington and I have the pleasure of playing Kosta Daidimos himself for the final week of the regular season of the Casters Cup. And he's one of the ones who's at the top of our bracket at the moment. So I basically need to beat him if I've got a chance of making playoffs. I am 3-3 and yeah, Kosta is 5-1, so he's looking pretty locked in for top card. So I really need this win, basically. And the reason he's got such a high record in our division is from that scary team over there. As you can see on the right, it's got a combination of rain, supported by lightning rods, but also perish trap mode as well, and a Excalibur too, and 2 rain swift swim abusers, and it just does look really scary. And it's obviously given a lot of our other opponents a lot of trouble. So I've got to really think outside the box for this one. Surprise factor is definitely going to be key. Sun into rain is often not amazing. So let's just dive into the team because it addresses quite a lot of what Kosta has, I hope. So, okay, so we're starting with Yanma. Yes, Yanma is back this time. So I thought it would be quite good into this matchup because I think Tailwind looks pretty strong. There's not a lot of ways that Kosta can go really fast, basically. There's Brave Yuri Hisui, but it's quite easy to shut down due to its generally low speed and lots of weaknesses. And I just don't think he's going to bring it either. So, as long as I have a Trick Room matchup, Tailwind also looks good here. And after a few speed boosts, I'm going to start outspeeding things even when they're in the rain, for instance, too. So Yanma naturally outspeeds Dreadnought and the Basque Legion female as well. So that should help me do that. Feint is there to kind of break protect, to maybe stop a bit of a perish trap strategy. And I'm the Shed Shell as well, so I can actually switch out Yanma even if Shadow Tag is on the field, which would be useful because sometimes Yanma might be not the most useful piece on the field once it's kind of set up Tailwind, once it's thrown out some Hypnoses as well. So yeah, Hypnosis is not the most accurate move, obviously, especially if I'm not running Compound Eyes, but hopefully it'll be enough this week. And Yanma pairs very well next to. So for those spread Earthquake damages with a Life Orb, that should be enough to one-hit KO Magby, which I think is going to come this week as well, because it seems perfectly geared to try and take on my team. With Vital Spirit, can take all the sleep moves. Fire type, obviously, it takes on the fire type moves and the grass type moves very well. So I can definitely see Kosta bringing it. So Garchomp's my main way through it. Dragon Claw's there to deal massive damage to Excalibur. And then Dragon Tail, again, another cheeky move to try and get me out of a Perish Trap as well. So Dragon Tail into a Gothitelle, I can make it switch out, or I can Dragon Tail myself. So yeah, Garchomp looking strong here. Didn't see much reason to just go all out attack and speed, really. Speed makes throw out, speed back Excalibur, and yeah, just the rest of the attack. Oh, and Terra Water, because it's a really nice option to like just go against any of the water types. What if they're like in the rain and starting to kind of throw out attacks before Garchomp can move? Water can resist that really nicely, and of course resist ice. Next up, Mismagius. So I thought it'd be good to actually bring a Pokemon that can freely switch out of the Perish Trap without me having to do something extra. So we're going with the Choice Spec set this time, and with Choice Spec Shadow Ball, it can one-hit KO some Gothitelle. With the Terra Blast and with the Steel Terror, that can one-hit KO Excalibur, which I'm hoping will be a surprise. And then we've got Energy Ball, which just looks really strong against 3 of Kosta's Pokemon that he'll has a decent chance of bringing at least 2 of. And then Trick, to tricking a Choice Spec onto something that really doesn't want it, like Magby or Dreadnought or Persian, Pokemon like that. And of course it's another Pokemon that I can Earthquake next to. And Terra Steel also allows me to take on Scale Shots or Icicle Spears that the Excalibur can throw out. Next up, Venusaur. With the Focus Sash, obviously can live any one attack, but not multi-hit moves. But that's where the defense base points come in. Because then, once I can Terra, I can take on either an Icicle Spear or a Scale Shot, 5 hits, and still survive. Now, I'm Energy Ball with Earth Power. I thought that was quite good coverage. Be able to hit Magby, but the grass coverage is really good this week. Helping Hand, and I've got Scary Face. You might be wondering why I've got Scary Face. So for a bit of speed control. And I'll show you what it is, because it's best explained by looking at this Torkoal. So, yeah, Charcoal, Fire moves, Grass moves, yeah, but it's modest max speed. So, in Tailwind, or after a Scary Face on an opponent, Torkoal can pretty much outspeed the entire team, except for a really fast Baxcalibur, Persian, and Raichu. So, I think it could really pop off this week, especially if Kosta predicts it to be a Trick Room Pokemon. And generally, fire coverage looks really nice. I've also got Sunny Day to actually reset my own weather, so which Kosta might not expect. And Terra Ghost helps you get around Fake Out. And of course I can then switch out of Perish Trap as well, and reset my weather that way if I want to. So yeah, I'm really hoping this catches him off guard. And then finally Gallade. So helps out a little bit again, especially versus the Baxcalibur with Sacred Sword, and Leaf Blade looks really strong generally as well. Terra Steel, again similar to Miss Mages, gets around Scale Shot and Icicle Spear. And then, yeah, second Feint user as well. Like this next to Torkoal or this next to Garchomp could be really powerful to be able to just stop Kosta repositioning and getting his Perish Trap up and things, which is something, as you can see, quite worried about. The speed I'm running is probably faster than most of what Kosta will go for. Attack hits the stat bump, and the HP is enough to take on 4 hits of multi-hit moves, and I think a couple of water moves as well, and maybe certain Shadow Ball sets from Basket Legion too. And so that's the team. Like I say, I'm going to have to really work on the surprises this week to see if they're going to be enough to beat Kosta. They need to be, honestly, to try and make playoffs. So let's see if we catch me off guard. So we've got Gothitelle is Dragon, Poito Grass, Dreadnought Ground, Persian Ghost, Magby, Fairy, Basket Legion, Grass. Okay. Oh my goodness. I've just realised there is no Baxcalibur. I can't believe that. I just thought of it. I've prepared so much for it, and it's not even here. But the rest is pretty much what I expected. So I did expect the Magby as well. But there is the trapping scenario. At least I didn't waste like a whole item slot and a few other terrors on that. Persian is a good lead for them. But again, Yanma Garchomp could be decent here. Curious to see how Kosta responds to it. Things off the Sash looks amazing now, without the multi-hit moves from Baxcalibur, and then it's probably Torkoal, isn't it? I can't believe you didn't bring Baxcalibur. I need to catch him up this. Oh my goodness. Right. GLHF Kosta. Very interesting. Persian League makes sense. And League double protecting makes sense as well. Obvious setup. And if anything, this just gives me more information. So, let's see what happens. Now, what I am curious of is how much speed is on this Basket Legion, and whether it's enough speed to outspeed my Yanma in the rain.
Minus 90 wind. Makes sense. And a shadow ball. Okay. Okay, so there is a world where if Kostas thinks his Basque Legion's faster than Yanma at +1, he'll switch it in. Terra does look really safe here. I'm just worried that like a foul play plus Shadow Ball might be enough here. But at least I'd get big damage. I'm just going to go for the raw Earth Blade. Yeah, at the very least, even if God goes down here, this is over half the Basque Legion, which is nice. There's the foul play still. So glad we didn't commit the terror there. So we can spot on the line for maybe. No line for, okay. So still possibly choiced. Next instead of Venusaur now. I don't think that's a very bulky Persian. So I'm hoping Energy Ball is enough to get the air on it. So what I'm going to do is just Hypnosis. Hypnosis. Obviously very good. Doesn't KO. Okay, so that's a very specially bulky version. Interesting. That's the Legion's first turn speed. You know, now we're in the zones obviously where a Basque Legion rain. Oh, we shouldn't. It depends on a lot of things, I think. I don't know if I want to reveal Feigns right now. So I'm actually tempted to just Hypnosis Persian and try and KO Basque Legion now. Persian just being sitting here isn't the worst thing. Okay, Steven switches out. Kosta. Ooh. I'll take that damage there. Yanma. My Window Berry. Just over half damage. Okay, it's got a fair amount of special defensive bulk then. Last turn Tailwind. Politoad is terrible at runs. He doesn't know I don't have Sludge Bomb. I bet Feint isn't enough to get version that way. Still with the really good damage. Right, I'm tempted to actually detect here. Just to sure I get my full I select Torkoal for this one? I think that's by doing this. Well, I'll switch.
Yeah, I'm moving 3. Ridiculous. Okay, this is faster than Dinu. Making it -2 speed. Which means it's not min speed. Right, let's go Torkoal. Now, if you've got to detect, so I'm wondering if this is the turn for Feint, or if it's just the turn for Nemesis. Protect. Oh, okay. The 1 HP survival? That is bulky Yanma. Okay. That's ridiculous. I'm so glad I put bulk on this thing. And I haven't revealed its shed shell either. Now we do Tailwind. Do I Tailwind Sunny Day? Or is Eruption just going to be enough? I think Eruption's going to be enough, so let's keep things safe and just go for Terra Ghost and also saves to get information. But it does probably reveal that I've got Torkoal. Go in. Turbo Torkoal. Eruption. Oh my goodness, yes. Yanma MVP. It hits so many hypnosis. I just, yeah. Whew. Let's go. Okay, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. That was game 1. I'll take game 1. Miss Magus does have a place here. Does look good. Do a lot of damage. I could do Miss Magus Venusaur. Turns the lead. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's go Torkoal in the back and Marshall's okay. Yeah, let's do this. But no Yanma game 2. Maybe a mistake, but we'll see. Like, we've got information on our side. So yeah, got to tell. Dreadnought Terra Ground. Right, this is good for me, obviously, because I threaten Torkoal switch in, plus Ground with Dreadnought. Thing is, if I switch out Miss Magus, then Gothitail switches to Politoed, the rain goes up.
play it down the line at the moment. There's Magby. That's funny. Okay, we've got the specs onto Rocket. So he just gets ability shield. Very interesting. So that, I'm guessing. Oh, here comes the specs. Yeah, no. Wow. I could have just KO'd Gothitelle there. Okay, Magby's in though. And Gothitelle's locked into Psychic. Ability Shield. Oh, what's a crit? Okay. Yeah, I think it's good that I have to do it. And that's definitely Fire Spin makes sense. It's just the Psychic. It does a lot. Okay, we're getting Garchomp now. Dreadnought is most likely Politoed. Now, obviously, I'm threading a huge Earthquake right now. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can do specifically. There's nothing here. Like Trick before Garchomp attacks. Oh no, I actually think my Garchomp's faster. Yeah, my Garchomp's actually faster here. Only seen Psychic from Gothitelle anyway. I don't think we've seen anything else. It's interesting. Another real bit there showing that Garchomp's actually faster than this. Where are we going into? I'm just trying to think why Dreadnaught's Terra Ground. It's a weird Terra type. Unless you've got like Terra Ground, Earthquake or High Horsepower, then that's enough for something else. Okay. This may well be Ice Spinner Dreadnought, so I think Terra Garchomp makes sense here. Me just Earthquake is pretty safe as well, honestly. And maybe I just Energy Ball Dreadnought. Yeah, so sense. It also makes sense. Get KO'd to Earthquake. Switch Swim. Maybe try and take the KO. Just mages here.
You probably should. It's safe. There it is. Such good damage. Now, it's a pretty safe protect Dreadnought, switch Poly to that. Intentionally not knocked out Magby this turn. I don't want to give Kosta the full switch. Now, if he wants the rain, you actually just manually switch it in. So what I can try and do now. Obviously, probably like Torko is still going to go last, unfortunately. So you can't. So you could try and KO Torko this turn. I don't know if it's if I just get off this Earthquake, I think I win. Pyrol's power. Misses! I don't know if that's going to be enough or not. Maybe it is. Sorry, Kosta, if that was enough, I'm really sorry. I mean, like, probably plus Light as well, it probably was. Or maybe not, actually. Maybe not. Oh, actually, no. Wait, it'll be close. Right, is he terrored yet? Yes, he's terrored. And Magby is... Yes, we've hit it with... We know it's not air balloon. Oh my god. How did we win? GG's to Kosta. Let's go. So yeah, depending on the standings and how all the other matches do, I might make playoffs. It's a maybe. I think it depends on differential. Yeah, GG's to Kosta. And yeah, fingers crossed for in playoffs. Let's see.